movies? Everyone act natural?
For the movies.
I don't know what the fuck I'm supposed to do now.
Steve, your thumb's in the picture.
Yeah, I know.
Second?
Oh,
Oh, okay, cool.
Hi.
Swanky, lean in.
John, get the fuck out of here. John, don't listen to this. We love you. We love you.
Right.
You're going to say that to him that the event that's named in his honor? How dare you? How dare you? How dare you?
It's apple juice.
Yeah.
The only reason the rest of us are here is because of this man.
This man gets heroism.
You give him the respect he deserves. It's not give it to him.
It's not easy to play a list with two Gangbang Spice Lord lists, but he does it. He does it.
You're talking about
Every
me?
day he gets up. He plays those lists.
I mean, playing is a strategy.
The real brand love. That's a strategy.
He does it for me. He does it for America.
These are the consequences of your actions.
John!
I'm listening to
So we started.
They're over here somewhere.
Yeah.
Oh, right there.
I'm here to fight a complaint.
I'm Sharon. I'm War Machine community. I like your channel.
Get in here. Oh God, I can't do it.
I like how we get cut out of it. Fuck.
Start with the microphone. I'm going to do my standard Brawl intro.
Hold on. I gotta do the other one. Wow. Right. Whenever you're ready.
And welcome to a very special episode of I am one of your hosts at home. And with me tonight as always is
Stephen Rabideau. Got it.
Staten Island's own RDC.
we have more than just the usual crowd, as you can see here behind the table. Let's go around and tell these folks who you are, where you're from. Give it a shot.
Yes, lady.
I am Terrence Johnson from the Terrence Johnson Presents the Minority Report podcast.
Ice King here. Hello.
I am John from Arcane Precision.
Hi, I'm Andy from Tried and True.
I'm Rick with Tried and True.
Oh, hi, I'm Erica, War Machine, tried and true.
I'm Nate with Blightbringers from Missouri.
I have one. I'm Ryan from Blightbringers and also Untitled Chimera project that Nate's not a part of.
He's not from Missouri.
I'm Schwanky. I play Gator.
Still from Battle.
Hello, my name is Dan from Connecticut, the pizza capital of the world.
Someone wants to start early.
What was it? I said shots fired. Shots fired? Oh no! Did I bingo something?
All right. So, everybody, everyone in the audience, thank you so much for being here. We thank you all for being cards.
And at least 12 of you that are watching online.
One of the bingo cards there, you can say the podcast would say anything that is on that bingo card, you mark it on. When that bingo card is full, I want you to shout out bingo, and then you head over to Tier 4 and get yourself some good Tier 4 prize. So here we are, the overall 2025. It's been an amazing roll. You guys have all been amazing. And for this podcast, we're going to shout some stuff out to you guys. We want you to be vocal right back to us, and then we're going to talk about the stuff that you said. So to start us off, I want to hear from our crowd out there. Just shout it out. Most exciting thing about the keynote. Tell me what excited you most. Go.
Umbre.
Big steak!
Alright, so I heard you foremost press gangers, old Umbre, podcasters. What are our thoughts thoughts. Anyone wants to start? Go ahead. You got a mic. Start talking.
Yeah, I guess I'll talk.
Oh, sick. All right.
It wasn't my fault.
Thank you for having us also. No one thanked you, but I thank you.
You should hold
So-
the phone to your mouth.
All right. Well, this. I'm sorry. So, press gangers, obviously, I think they are the lifeblood of the community, and I think they are going to bring the casual community back into the game. And I'm really excited about not steamroller events. So having the kits for the just fun events.
Yeah.
That's a big one for me.
All right, Arthur, you wanted to jump in there.
He fucking started. All right, that piece of shit over there. He started. Do you know this cocksucker just has been making meatballs like 3 hours ago?
Art, there's too many people here to start fights. Too many people.
Connecticut, the pizza capital of the world. They're gonna slap you skinny no matter how long it takes. No, that's really. I mean, I was gonna make fun of Nate because I love Nate a little bit, and he said he's from Missouri. I was like, two things come from
You can
Missouri.
make fun of Nate. I do it all the time. It's easy.
All right. Any other comments here about what we're excited about from the keynote?
Angel.
What else? Anything else we got?
The Big Snake. Big Snake was dope. Big Snake is dope.
That paint job is good.
I really like
that's
the
not
STLs seem to
anything.
have
My mini factory STLs,
Yep.
the fact that it feels like War Machine is actually jumping into the 21st century and acknowledging that 3D printing is a thing, but doing it in a way that's exciting and that's going to bring more people into the game and not necessarily cannibalize sales. Really clever move, I think.
Actually, Nate.
No, I won't say, Glenn. I know what square you have. I know this.
Actually, I would totally love to deep dive that conversation.
Yeah?
Well, but I don't want to go too deep down the rabbit hole for that because I don't understand the topic. And people like for old Umbre, and that's the faction I'm probably most excited about at this moment.
Yeah, I think it's going to be like 3 months of mirror matches.
It's all wishful thinking for me.
I'll finally be able to play Gravediggers in peace.
No, I agree. I think Old Umbre is remarkably exciting. As much as the league we're not supposed to talk about, everyone's like, oh no, like it excites everybody. Right? They're like, this looks really cool.
Yeah.
And look forward to checking it out, right? Absolutely.
I think so much hype was generated by that leak. You could put air quotes on the leak part.
You think it was a nefarious plot?
Yes. I mean, or a genius plot. Or just marketing. Who knows?
It's literally just herding cats at this point, and these guys are somehow doing it.
Yes.
Yeah.
True. And yeah.
Oh, are you kidding me?
Get fucked. So I would say, certainly, I was never a press guy. Right? What? Wow.
That's ridiculous.
Remember, I had Michael Stubbs.
You're the boat
I had Norbert Rubin. There was no reason for anyone else but the two of them to be press guys. So I'm excited to be part of that program. I'm also really excited that they have said that it's going to be non-exclusionary. I like anyone, like the guy who organizes the year, I think should get as much kudos as the person who organized the 7, 12, and 15 events a year.
I would agree with you to find that myself.
I'm not a math guy.
Too many numbers.
What's it like to do 3 IGs for the first time globally in a single fucking day?
3 IGs in a single day, and it was freaking amazing. It was really hard, and you guys made it as easy as possible. That was an amazing IG. They were fantastic pods, and the cream really rose to the top.
Hey, you got the workout.
Well, it was
Knuckle
all
Dragon
kinds
House
of
call,
like junction calls or things that like just how rules interact. I'm never really fantastic like experience for the ball. So yeah, I'm sorry. All right, so let's talk about our second. So again, I want to start with my audience. Think about the scenarios in the packet. And when I count down from 5, I want you to shout out the one you hate the most.
Oh.
Right?
Worst scenario.
I'm going to count down from 5, and then you're going to shout out the one that you hate.
There's 6 scenarios. How would that work?
We understand. Go.
5, 4,
Color guard.
Fuck yes.
Wow.
Best laid plans. What do we think? Do they know?
No one said color guard.
No one said color guard.
No, color guard is the worst.
No
Color
one said
guard is the
color
worst.
guard. What is wrong with all of you?
Because color guard. No. Hear me out. Color guard is okay. Hear me out here. Color guard is an amazing scenario. It requires the table to be set up in not a stupid way, but like the minute that happens, it is the most interesting scenario in the packet, and I will fight you. Best laid plans goes from this is either a great game where you get to score like 27 points and it's a constant mind palace of like going back and forth, or the 50s go away and you're just like, well, I guess we're gonna be here for 7 rounds and it's gonna be like 7-6. This is awesome.
I think Andy's got something to say about this. And then Swanky.
And then me.
Okay, ready?
I think best laid plans gives enough randomness. There are enough things to score on best laid plans, no matter what goes away, that it still is a scenario. Color guard is a nightmare to set up for. As a TO, if you're trying to run color guard, you have to do it first. You have to not screw it up, because you will lose people games just by setting up the table wrong.
Okay, so be a better TO and don't set up a table wrong. Stop sucking. That's not my problem.
You want to run some steamrollers?
I will.
Okay, I'll come.
All right. He's got some stuff he wants to say.
No, I mean, I absolutely agree with color guard is way worse. I mean, if you're, for someone who has to set up just one normal tournament's worth of tables, it's already a headache, and color guard has to be the first round or it just won't go. For having to set up like a whole convention's worth of it, there's no way on earth. Like stupid things are going to happen. Scatter train's going to get destroyed and trap the flag in like next to your opponent's deployment zone, and then that decides the whole game right there.
All right, so we had some comments from back.
I have a hot take. Least favorite is trench warfare. It's because I've lost on it the most.
Really quick. Dan from the Pizza Capital of the World reporting. I will say that as long as a flag can go to a scatter, color guard will be awful. They need to stop going to scatter. They can go to hazards, but the fact that you can destroy it, put it behind you, it just ends games.
Gotcha.
Yep.
Behind me.
Okay. So, color guard is absolutely the worst. Because anytime you got to start a game out, terrain moves in the course of a game. So all things happen. Models are moving, terrain is moving. It's something that you can start off the game with all these things within 5 inches. And then somewhere in the course of the game, nothing's within 5 inches, so it doesn't move. And it ends up stuck somewhere. So that's a level of unpredictableness that you can't control. As a TO, like Andy said, you either have to make it first or you just don't play it. Because through a course of a tournament, terrain is never where it started off when the TL set it up. So it's just a nightmare.
That's a fair point. Yeah. Listen, thank you so much for joining us. I know we had to thank you and you didn't want to be here, and I appreciate you taking the time to join us on the podcast.
So as a player, color guard is interesting as a scenario. It's a cool idea, but when it makes it not equal for everyone, like one person's gonna have a bad time, as opposed to best laid plans, because sometimes they're both gonna have a bad time.
Andy, duck.
I'd rather both be equal than it be one-sided.
Back to Nate.
I do believe that is really easy to make color guard not feel so bad, and that is simply to make the scoring of the flags worth 1 CP instead of 2.
Yeah. All right. So I would say my observation this weekend watching a lot of color guard being played, I absolutely agree with Dan and Schwanky that the scatter terrain is an issue. But I also think,
Dan and
this is not a flex.
That's right.
Bokur, all the SOB events, we really invested in scatter terrain. I don't see as much scatter as I do at my own events. And I think once more people out there in the community start using more scatter, they're going to see the problem, and then maybe we'll get some level of change.
Really, they totally disagree.
Sick. That's fine.
Yeah, scatter. Not enough steamrollers have scatter. Need more scatter terrain. It adds to the game. You can fill out. Siege Invitational. Siege Invitational is perfect. There's going to be enough scatter there, I promise.
When is the Siege Invitational?
He's sold out. He can't do it. He can't sell anymore. It's fine.
Siege Invitational is the weekend of June 26th, 27th. You're welcome, Terrence.
All right, so let us move on. And again, I want an audience vote on this. I want a thumb up or a thumb down. Is 4 Army releases a year too much? If it's too much, thumb up. If it's not too much, thumb down. Let's see a vote.
What's the?
Too much.
So I said we're voting on is 4 Army releases.
Oh, yeah.
Too much.
Yeah.
Too much or down.
Oh no.
Yes, it is too much.
All right, so I've got 1, 2, 3, 4. You can only vote once. 5, 6, 7, 8. 8 thumbs up. You have to commit to something. It's been a long day. 2, 3.
All of us.
No, you guys don't vote.
I'll do it. I'm going to do it anyway.
The number of armies is not a problem. It's only a problem for those people who already have their armies. Because I want my Minoff and I want it now. So, therefore, they can release 15 armies a year until it's Minoff's time. I don't care.
Until we get there.
Terrence, my only question to you: if that Menoth is perhaps like a shirtless Tristan on a Velociraptor, and he's just is that a thing that would interest you?
Yes. Just as long.
Just because Chris is closest, read off your nicknames into the mic.
Chris Taylor boost ahead. Someone picks their event. Steve Kahn, thank you very much. Brad Park ruins everything. Where the fuck is he? And somebody mentions Dinosaur Menoff.
If the only problem would be with Minoff, if they put my paladin on a dinosaur, I will flip a lid. I don't want to see paladins on dinosaurs.
Look, it's not my fault that you have bad taste in aesthetics. That's
No.
fine. But
No.
No, absolutely right. A paladin on a dinosaur can suck it. All right, if there's gonna be a raptor, it should be like
I
some
haven't said anything
Native
disappointing. You're
American
not
type
getting that
guy,
wrong.
not a paladin.
Oh, we'll get there. So apparently we have a chat to look at.
Holy crap!
That's amazing.
I got it.
This is called technology chat.
There's 8 people watching.
What?
So there's 7 and a half.
I'm seeing the view from the camera, but I'm a little bit like the last up of the camera.
That's what he said.
What's that?
He said that 15 minutes. Now it's a
First, let's do another video.
All right, give me the fucking second bingo.
This is a family-friendly podcast. Don't swear.
You have art in this podcast. It is not family friendly.
He's very family-friendly.
Sometimes.
Yeah, exactly.
So what do we got? Someone talks about the small number of listeners the podcast has.
God damn it.
Brad Park once again ruins everything. And Ryan talks about cats.
That was a gimme. It's gonna happen at some point.
I just want it to be known that no one has gotten a bingo over the one item that everybody expects me to say. Because I ain't gonna do it. It's like a scumbag. I said meatballs. Meatballs ain't on the card. The other thing is on the card. No, I said meatballs is not on the card. The other thing is on the card. And I will not say the other thing on principle. I just know. If it's me, I don't know what's on the card. I actually don't know.
What's a meatball?
What do you mean, what's a meatball?
What is it?
Your head right now. What are you talking about? No, I'm not talking about that. I'm not talking about that other thing. That bastard over there tried to say was better where he lives in the sticks than where I live. You know, you said it. I didn't say it. I'm not saying it. I will not say that word.
So, 4 armor releases here. Good for the game, bad for the game. I wanted to pity when someone decides me, and someone decides Ryan to keep throwing things at people so it's being punished. Wait, go.
Too many armies?
Hey, microphone. I think it's okay for a little while, but the biggest problem I have with it right now is that if you look back into Steamforge Games histories, they literally destroyed an entire miniatures game by flooding the game with so many releases that it became impossible to balance. And I think locking yourself into 4 releases a year is putting you in a really good place to do that again.
You know, there's something to be said for the fact that when we talk about privateer press and things we thought they did wrong with our game over the years, certainly it was a skew build, right? Like they released so many models. Retailers such as Steve, it was hard to stop things, right? Because they had so many models that you could possibly carry.
If they prioritized IPs that they've recently acquired, that would be just fine.
If they prioritize IPs that they recently acquired, that would be just fine. Is the fantastic store owner, champion card collector.
Let's go, Steve! What's up, please?
Anywhere.
Mr. Cohen.
It's been pretty fantastic. So, Dan, you got something you want to throw in there?
So, with the monstrosity May that happened, they can easily release 3 armies a year and then redo an old army. And that would be a refluctuation. I'm going to keep doing that, though. I can't, there's a picture. Thank you very much. With the monstrosities and the cephalics, they can completely redo that army. And with that, we can still have 3 releases and be exciting and still revitalize old factions, especially the fact that they have those living factions. They're here to stay, and they can add to them because they control everything. So if they want to add more to Infernals, they can just do that.
No.
Yes, please.
Right.
Infernals.
Who's the bingo?
Bingo!
You do the microphone so everybody heard on screen.
Alright, my bingo is Arthur talks about food because he talked about meatballs for 20 minutes. Driven complains about an army being overpowered. And John offers someone a drink, which he did before the podcast started.
Okay. Sorry, I didn't mean to overlook it.
That's my favorite card.
Alright, so what's that?
What you got, man? Card also a bingo. Get up there.
Get up here.
Let's hear it.
Oh, sweet General
There's like
Sherman.
a bunch of different ones.
Complaints about Infernal. Anyone compliments SFG.
We're getting a beautiful shot of your back.
Someone mentions being excited about old Umbre. That's a game. Should have been the center.
That's the free spot.
Turn around for the camera.
It's right there.
It's right there. No, it's not. It's okay. So, am I the only one? It's okay if I am. Seriously, I was not happy that they are bringing back those limited factions. I wanted them to die.
To go back to it, 4 armies is too much. Is it possible they're still playing catch up from what Privateer Press planned to release? They're playing devil without advocate.
Yes.
Yeah.
So maybe they'll dial back eventually.
Consumer confidence. If I can prove to you that I can deliver what I said I'm going to deliver month over month for the next delivery, will it bring confidence? Thus.
So the suggestion to the audience is that this is a big consumer confidence, right? And maybe
we are the investors in this company.
We are the investors in this company, and maybe delivering, we will build some confidence. And just asking, just real quick, do you still have your truck?
My truck's parked out right up front, but you still owe me $30,000 from the last truck that got stolen.
Okay, so 2 things. One, I don't think it has anything to do with consumer confidence. I don't know what the hell Pricer's talking about. It has everything to do with, number 1, the SKU bloat and the rules bloat. If you're releasing a new army every 3 months, that means you are testing a new army for 6 to 8 to 9 months before that to release it. How accurate are you getting these rules? How much are you differentiating the playstyles in these armies? And how much are you actually making an effort to make these things unique? we already have I don't want to say an issue, but kind of an issue of like, oh, what's the solve on a new gun unit? Give it volume fire. What's the solve on, oh, this caster needs a new feat? Screw it, +3 def and dodge, why not? Like, this is already a thing that's, yeah, or +3 army, or like some knuckle dragging Hurst players. All I'm saying is that there's already issues. Knock it down to 2 or 3 armies a year. Actually balance them and make them individual. Like, that's what you need to do.
Okay. So I actually raised my hand as, thumbs up, like too many, and then I started thinking about it. People are making some good points about why it's good. And another thing is that we're forgetting that these are armies and they're very limited. They're even more limited than the limited armies of Mark III. So I think someone said something about playing catch-up. And I 100% agree with that. Yes, if we can get it out of hand, it's a little thing, but right now we need variety. And I think this is not that one that's good.
All right. Anyone else behind me want to comment?
I wanted to comment about the legacy stuff. All right. So I'm pretty much in lockstep with Brian on the opinion that 40 mils, 4 armies a year is a lot.
Yeah, correct opinion.
But from the legacy perspective, if you're going to release a lot per year, you have these legacy things that you can polish and bring into the Mark IV meta. So if you want to polish what's already there, there's already a flavor of something that's already there. You don't have to release a new version of it. You don't have to do cricks again if you already have cricks. You don't have to do infernals again if you already have infernals. You can polish it to be Mark IV with the rag and all that stuff if you want to.
Are you saying all limited armies should be in Mark IV?
Yes.
Absolutely. All right, pass it over here. We got Terrence.
So, I understand what Ryan is saying. I understand that everybody wants their old legacy stuff to work. The reality is this. FSB, Private Press, or whoever it is, only makes money when models sell. They cannot keep polishing off your old stuff because they don't sell models.
That's fair.
The models are the only way you generate money. And at the end of the day,
They could sell STLs of old models if they have them.
You can sell an STL, but that is a single sale. Somebody goes out and starts printing them out in masses. You don't make as much money. Or share. We keep forgetting this is not a socialist company. This is a capitalist company. They are designing to make money. The only way a game stays functioning is the company has to make money to do something.
So I got something on that. So for the STL, I want to mention in the first month they became the #1 tribe on My Mini Factory, like blowing other people out of sales. They could release one Judicator STL and they don't care anymore. Because like they'll keep getting subscriptions because subscriptions make tons of money. It's just free revenue every month.
As long as the rewards are there, if you have an STL subscription model, you're going to get, it's the most guaranteed way you make money all the time. You don't have to sell a certain number of models. When you make models, you have guaranteed subscription dollars every month. And it just means they have multiple revenue sources.
So you have a number that says at some point in time, this is how many subscriptions are sold, and this is how many models are printed. There has got to be a deficit there somewhere. There is.
All right. So there was an article recently online that SFG is coming for GW Launch. That was the title of the article. So
Wargamer did that.
My question is that a good thing or a bad thing? SFG presumably focusing on taking GW's lunch. I want to thumb up. You think it's a good thing, or I want to thumb down? I think it's a bad.
It doesn't matter. It'll never happen.
Yeah.
Yes.
It almost happened once.
It won't even be close.
It never almost happened.
GW on its worst day SFG on their best day, and GW will still get up and slap the shit out of it.
GW can suck
Yeah.
it.
GW is a $1 billion company. You ain't getting it.
It doesn't matter that it'll never happen. The spirit of competition is a good thing to have. You want to compete with the best that there is.
Folks are talking over each other at this point. I know we're passionate. Let's let the folks talk. I know Rick over there has got a real specific opinion that he wants to get out there. Rick Black, everybody. All right, Rick.
Games Workshop, or SFG getting to a Games Workshop level, regardless if it's passing or not, but even approaching close enough offers competition for both. Because when this game started to encroach, Games Workshop was like, we need to start thinking how to do things differently to revamp things. And when they did, they started reworking the models, checking, like redoing the game plans, like upping their distribution networks, like reinvesting in all their infrastructure. And now the models are 4 times better than they were 7 years ago when everything was going on, like a handful of years before COVID. So if SFG gets up to that level again, not only is SFG getting pushed up by people saying like GW is good, GW now has to balance the competition to innovate more. Because the competition and innovation.
So what you're saying is a rising tide raises all ships.
Because the pirate thing.
Hi. So with the GW comparison thing, the one thing that I don't want to say like personally don't like, or an avenue I wish they would explore maybe differently, is the direct comparison. I think your product and what you're trying to sell should sell itself. I don't like I don't think we need to make somebody else feel bad or paint them in a bad light. Like your product, your mission, your whatever, your vision, that should be what is the driving force for selling it. So like I look at the GW comparing to SFG, like, I get that they're competing with each other, but I don't think we have to put somebody else down in order to
make your best effort, right? Like just make it.
Your product should work for you.
GW's revenue is $500 million a year.
GW revenue is $500 million.
We don't know what that's their net.
Okay.
So
They're $1 billion company. They're $1 billion company.
Profit is about $500 million.
Yeah, profit's 500.
Steam Forge doesn't make 1/10 of that probably in revenue. So like this is it's a thing. We're gamers. We should be around games. But in terms of like a comparison of companies, it's not.
There is no comparison. GW makes more of licensing of video game than SFG will make in 5 years.
Sure. So I think what we're facing here, Dan, I got you guys. Give me 1 second. I think also what we're facing here is the definition of term. Right? What would you consider taking your lunch? Right? What is meant by that? And I agree with Erica. I think the comparison is a bad idea.
Yeah.
Right? You shouldn't be.
So maybe SFG can beat GW in rate of growth year-over-year in a few months.
I agree with Erica. Yeah. You can't compare these.
Yeah, they're not comparable, but also from, and this is my inner future press candidate speaking, I think it's a poor decision. I don't think we should be pitting communities against each other. I think that lots of people here can play lots of different games. I think that you can do lots of things that we enjoy. Sure. Does the majority of my time go to SFG and the game that we all love? Absolutely. But there are lots of other games that I play, and other people can play other games too. Dan, you wanted to throw something in there, Schwanky? What do you got?
There's a lot of focus on, I think, the wording of more. There's a lot of focus on, I think, the wording of more gaming articles. As a read article, like at no point in time do they ever say that SFG is going to rise above and defeat GW. That's an absurd statement for anyone to make. Like on its face, there's no way that's going to happen. But like just that level of just thinking real quick. One of the best times in the miniature gaming hobby as a whole was that like handful of years period when GW kept making mistakes and was bleeding customers. Because it frees up people to do other things, buy other games, play other things, and like it really helps kind of loosen that stranglehold they have. So I don't even think of eating their lunch as like, oh, they're going to be GW now. Because again, I don't see any point in even trying to do that. Really, it's just a matter of putting forward a interesting option that gives people a chance to play something. And the lower buy-in makes War Machine at this point a pretty phenomenal second game. Like if you're a 40K guy or if you're a Sigmar guy. So I think in that regards, they have a chance to be really very successful here.
Agreed. All right, let's move on from this topic. I would like to talk about was the 3 pillars that they had placed up. And for those who don't know, I'm an education administrator, and we constantly in educational leadership talk about vision. Right? We are moving towards something harder than ourselves, the best version of ourselves. And one of the things I felt that Privateer never had was a sense of vision. Who were they other than we make models? Right? So here's SFG saying, hey, this is what we're about. We're about match play, competitive play, the hobby, and the narrative. So I'm asking all of you, your CEO for one day, what is your focus in match play? What is your focus on the hobby? And what is your focus in the narrative? What are some thoughts or ideas?
Buff Kane! Buff Kane. That's what I would do. I would buff Kane.
So weak.
That's match play. I hear that guy's garbage.
All right.
No, probably like 20.
CEO for a day, who's focusing on what? What do you
All right. Yeah. I'm focusing on lore. You got to have the lore. The lore creates the love. It helps identify and break up factions. It does. It absolutely creates the lore.
Why do I give a shit?
Jagatai Khan is the greatest fighter.
Who the fuck is this from?
So yeah, I mean, the one problem, I shouldn't call it a problem, but there are 3 aspects I use with miniature painting. There's the terrain, there's the model themselves, and the gameplay. 4th would be the lore. Obviously. But I don't know about the terrain. So it would be nicer maybe if they focused on making the game board, which has really come up with some of our points. Can we make the game board a little bit easier, which kind of deals with scenarios? So I might focus on scenarios. Obviously, people have certain complaints about certain scenarios, so maybe that needs to be looked at. And then, as far as production and/or rules, we were talking about the 3 or 4 armies a year. I think it should be less than that, but that's beside the point. I would probably cut back on. I don't think every army should automatically have the starter army and then within a month have a add-on. How about just making another army? Like, don't give me 30 models. Give me the 10. I'm supposed to buy multiple factions and then switch every couple of weeks when I want to. But when you keep expanding each army, that's how you get into the global that we had talked about before. So I'd be looking at that too.
Why are you vibrating?
When you talking about the concept? Well, I look at fine, I'm speaking slightly, but yes. When you keep creating another cadre for Kador, for argument's sake, you're basically expanding Kador, and anybody who plays Kador is going to be
lives in that world.
almost obligated to buy that. Whereas if you just left with Kadors, it's 10 miles, for argument's sake, which I know people will bounce around and you don't have to worry about balancing over and over again. And these miles they keep adding to the faction, and it doesn't allow people who are waiting for men off and spawn and everything else, or new factions. No.
Yeah. So, other CEOs for the day here behind the table. Ryan, don't permanently anyone.
Talk, Steve. First of all, rude. Second of all, okay, couple things. For competitive, I think the focus needs to be on making a separate scenario pack for smaller points levels.
Yes.
50 and 75 are both fun to play at. They do not work in the 100-point steamroller. They just don't, okay? As far as the hobby aspect goes, start putting stuff out that actually use it. Like, they made the paint range. That's great. Put stuff out that uses it. Show people how that works. Like, I'm one of those people where, like, if you are sitting there like, here's a guide on how to do non-metallic metal, I still don't know what the hell I'm doing, but like the videos and like the live streams of doing it help. And as far as like the narrative part of it goes, Dan is 100% right. You need the story. Yeah. The story is what gets people into the narrative, but those two go hand in hand. You can't just be like, here's fluff and there's nothing that goes with it. Like, put out little scenarios that goes with that fluff. Put out ways that gets people into it.
Yeah, I think that's really good. I think that
I've only got one of them.
you should do that. Here's a model that goes with the fluff. Here's a painting tutorial to paint that model that goes with the fluff. I think that'd be really powerful. Nate's got something he wants to throw in there.
So to add on that, I think you could do even better on the hobby aspect, right? Something that would be really easy to do now that you have a paint line and a miniatures line. You buy your battle group box, comes with the 3 primary colors.
Sorry.
So put your 3 primary colors for your army in with the starter box. Bundle it all together. Like, make it so that you're not only appealing to people who already play miniatures games and may already have paint, but like package and market product to people who have never played miniatures games. That's
a great idea. I never.
That's like hobby plus something. And casual play, I will say the following: make cool scenarios, but for God's sake, please play test them. Because like every Battleforge scenario, you like play it one time and then you're like, oh, this is really bad because you can break it in this one way and it's like not replayable.
Yeah, that happened last year when we did Black Tide as a
We did that for the Battle,
and it was like, hey, play this.
We had to refilm it.
Okay,
That was a lost episode.
Player 1-1. In 5 minutes.
Yep.
We had to redo it.
I just want to add one thing to this thing about putting the paint in the box.
Yeah.
Pre-painted models. I'm done.
No.
Food as an option, you can buy it either way.
What are we playing, X-Wing?
People like me would love to own pre-painted.
To add to Nate, another company, Corbus Belly, is doing box sets of like 6 or 7 paints, and they're including a separate box exclusive model with those paints.
Ooh.
So they have the paints for the faction from the box art, and they include a like model that is exclusive to that box, and it could be relevant or whatever. It could be an old sculpt, it could be something.
Yeah, love that.
And now they have PP paints and stuff like that.
All right, let's get our final thoughts here on CEO for the day, and then we're going to wrap up for the evening.
All right. So, to what Ryan was saying, I think one of the cool things that you can put on earnest on some of us is to say the original Steamroller was created by the players. So if we want a 75-point packet, if we want a 50-point packet, just like people have invented Brawl Machine and all these different variances, then why don't we take the time as content creators, as people who play the game, to create a 75-point packet, a 100-point packet, instead of always saying FFG do it, we can do it.
All right. So Dan Raven's been trying to say something.
We need to a scenario.
I keep cutting him off. Dan, something you want to throw in there, CEO for a day?
Do you want a mic, Dan?
We've been complaining a lot about what scenario is good, what scenario is not good, what we can change. I think a lot of this could be solved by the devs releasing some content like a video or something. How we intend the scenario to go.
I'm trying to be.
Here's a tutorial on competitive play. Because that would dissolve a lot of the intention-based issues that come up in the packet. And that would help players that aren't familiar with Steamroller scenarios because I was always saying to my opponent who's played it a few times.
All right, cool. That's why. All right, last comment, please, and we got to wrap up.
Last comment, CEO of the day is gratitude. Really awesome SFG turned around a company, gave consumer confidence, and gave us a game that we love to play, to meet amazing people. It's all about gratitude.
Yeah.
Is it adding? Hold on, Adam. Is it adding that hat to every horse available?
Well, let me tell you about my
Let me grab the belt.
But it really shows that
we should have been here. Thanks for bringing that home for us. We're all here because we love the game. We're all here because we love playing games with each other. And they have done a fantastic job. They have, and we are tweaking. Right, we're here talking about the different ways that we can just make it better to our liking. Normally on the Bokur broadcast, we all take a moment and like a closing thought. It's way too many folks. We've been doing this a while. So I'm just going to say thanks everybody for an amazing Brawl. Thank you for sticking around and broadcasting. And this is Seth Owen saying, see you.
Battle driven.
I have one question. Is it not a thing for fucking Seth to talk about time?
No, because when I watch
Ask people for fucking thoughts on this.